The Blackening, the making of modern mythology. This is a great example of a revised narrative. This is the Trickster's revenge and the emergence of a new survival code. Now, at its core, the Blackening is a ritual of reclamation. This is a mythic inversion of the horror tropes where the black character always dies first, and it becomes a symbol of how narrative control has historically been stolen and now taken back through this collective intelligence and this cultural awareness. And this is a film that becomes a myth of survival through cultural code, and its comedy is used to become this modern ritual that we see. And it's very important that they, one of their tags for the film was, "We can't all die first," and that turns into everyone surviving in the end. There's some important reasons why, and I'll get into that. Now, this is pure like Trickster Pantheon surviving through these characters. Each individual in the cast embodies some aspect of the Trickster archetype: quick-witted, self-aware, using humor as magic. And in mythic terms, this is Anansi energy. This is the spider weaving a web of intellect to survive in a hostile world. Now, the jokes, the games, the wordplay, these are all Trickster tools, very much. And the game operates itself as the underworld, so to speak. It becomes the threshold test. It's a stand-in for the mythic labyrinth or the underworld obstacles. Each player must face not a physical death, but the cultural traps of stereotypes. And the game forces them to confront how blackness has been commodified, defined, and divided. It's the same archetype that we see as Horus has set up in the Duat, or Orpheus descending into Hades. Except here, the hell is literally the white gaze itself. And that brings us to the mass villain. This is the colonizer god archetype, right? The avatar of cultural theft and historical revisionism, right? The creator of the game and the arbiter of death are all in one. And symbolically, he represents this colonial god figure, defining morality, controlling narrative, determining who is worthy. And killing him isn't just a slasher trope. This is the mythic reversal, killing the false god who wrote you out of the story. It's very important psychologically. And then we get to the idea that they bring, which is group survival. This is a new communal myth. Unlike traditional horror where the individualism kills, the Blackening emphasizes collective awareness. This becomes a cultural resurrection myth. Unity reborn from awareness of shared cultural trauma. It's the mythic rebirth of community through laughter, language, and this shared code. And the ending, we go from by together they survive. The group symbolically is rewriting the script. This is literally reclaiming an entire genre. It's like the victims of the Greek tragedy took the pen from the fates and rewrote their own endings. The Blackening is a myth about taking authorship back from those who always told your story for you. And just as Tales from the Hood use horror to mythologize real-world trauma, the Blackening uses meta-comedy as the same mirror, forcing the audience to laugh, then realize they're laughing at their own collective pains. Kind of messed up in a way. But we see in each of these characters some reflections of ourselves or people that we know and love, and seeing them, collectively get together and survive makes it kind of a heartwarming, if somewhat funny kind of horror film all wrapped up in one. So I think this is how modern mythology becomes. It starts with this, and then we see if other people start to pick up on some of the message or key points that this collective mythology was putting out.